This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions, coming today talking to you about Money Management International, credit counseling, and the debt consolidation aspect dealing with nonprofits. Now, you saw a previous video I just did about nonprofits, especially about for nonprofits in the financial sector, to be a bit of caution. So I'm going to follow up with that, talking about Money Management International, and being very mindful of it as a company and putting out your caution lights there. Now, Money Management International, for the individuals who are not familiar with it, it's the largest nonprofit credit counseling agency in the United States. It had recently acquired Clearpoint Credit Counseling in January 1st, 2017. And Clearpoint Credit Counseling was the second largest nonprofit credit counseling agency in the United States. Clearpoint closed its doors January 1st, then became Money Management International. Now, normally with nonprofits, that would be, it seems like it will be a decent thing and it's a good thing and they continue to grow. However, when you're not allowing that much competition in any space, it becomes more of a warning and concern for consumers. And I'm speaking from the inside here, being a credit counselor, and that was part of my background. And I work with both. So this video is strictly a kind of review. It's an objective review for what you're going to be aware of if you're looking for Money Management International as your company for credit counseling and debt consolidation. Now, for the most part, they have the same kind of programs that you would see. Their debt management program is very similar to Clearpoint Credit Counseling's debt management program, where they get the creditors to agree to a certain percentage, take less than what is actually owed in terms of the interest rates. I'm going to be very careful here when I'm saying taking less. They essentially made agreements with each one of the creditors, primarily, you name it, any credit card company that you have, they probably have an agreement with them to lower the interest rates. And they work with a number of collection accounts and some payday loans, and I've even heard when I was there that they're working to even work with Lending Club. However, all of that sounds good, but when you're looking for credit counseling agencies, you're also looking for more of a relationship kind of process with that, and that's one of the things that credit counseling and the nonprofit banner should stand for. However, with Money Management International's policies, they're more focused on you getting into that debt management program, and that is their that's their sales pitch. Now, normally that's not a process, and nothing's wrong with that, but when you're dealing with just focusing on you getting in a debt management program, you lose out that kind of concern about the consumer itself and in their whereabouts. If you don't get on the debt management program, basically, you're pushed to the back burner. Now, no one's going to tell you that up front. You're going to find out about that when you're going through the process and dealing with them at that point. They have pretty strong tactics and to get individuals to get under that debt management program. Whereas with Clearpoint, the debt management program was just as a basis for an adage to see if it can help you and never was really pushed upon you. So with that, I'm just want to let you know to be aware when you're looking at Money Management International as your credit counseling agency. There may be a couple other ones out there that's a smaller company. You get more of that attention, and especially if you're looking to get information about your credit cards and different aspects like that. Don't get me wrong. There's probably some good counselors there because Clearpoint had, when they acquired Clearpoint, they took a couple of their good counselors. I was one of them in that point. I'm not longer with the company, but I want you to be aware because my focal point, even doing this YouTube channel, was to give as much information as out there for the information age. And credit, since we live on credit, is the most important aspect of how we deal financially at this current time. So if you're looking for a credit counseling agency, be aware of Money Management International's strong tactics in trying to get you on that debt management program. It's not more of a criticism now. I'm just looking for more of a personality, more personal relationship when you're dealing with credit counselors. And if you could find one that's even if it's a smaller company that gives you that personal connection, that'd be a better part. And then just instead of trying to force you to get on a debt management program, they do pretty strong tactics to do that. And I'm not speaking from someone who's just, speaking from someone who's on the inside in that space. Be mindful of that. If you do a Glassdoor review, even look at how because they're so large, some of the things may go on the back burner, in terms of paperwork, because they're constantly shuffling and they may have a high turnover rate because of what they're doing. Again, I'm not stating that you shouldn't look at them as an option. I'm just stating to be cautious, be aware, ask a lot more questions, and don't feel any kind of pressure to get inside the program if you're not comfortable with them. Do your due diligence, do your research. Of course, I like it better. Money Management International has a better track record per se in terms of helping you financially than a debt settlement company. But that umbrella of that nonprofit, it gets people to be disarmed and not realizing, as I mentioned in the nonprofit video that I did prior, that they use the same hard tactics. You got to be very aware for them, and there's always a profit margin to be done. In fact, they incentivize people to get people on a debt management program, which they're not going to tell you. I'm just giving you stuff from the inside, and to be aware of that, because if you function in a nonprofit banner and you give incentivizing the counselors to get you on a debt management program, it gets a little shady if you ask me. So until my next video, be mindful of Money Management International as a company, and just keep your due diligence and keep your eyes alert. This is Terrence Banks signing out for giving you a Money Management International review. All the things you can be aware of. And if I think of something else, hit me back. Let me know through comments or what your experience is, and I can talk more about that. Until my next video, I'm out.